Vítejte u dalšího videa. Dneska po delší době tady máme opět Masterclass. Mám tady kamaráda Heika. Hi Heiko.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you.
Heiko je Němec, který více jak 20 let žije ve Švýcarsku a je to specialista na burgery. Například ve letecké společnosti Wizz, v tom jejich časopise, který je na palubě letadla, tak je jeho fotka s jeho burgerem a že je to nejvíc sexy burger, který kdy viděli. Takže třeba takovýhle burger dneska Heiko dělá. No a my si ukážeme dva jeho signature burgery, který nám tady dneska ukáže, jak je dělá. Myslím si, že to bude velmi zajímavý, budou to zajímavý a nečekaný kombinace, tak se do toho pojďme pustit.
So let's start with the first ingredients. We will make a mushroom burger with fermented mushrooms. First of all, we have here some fermented mushrooms, and it's just sliced mushrooms with some certain amount of salt, put in a vacuum bag, and then stored for approximately 1 week at room temperature. And that's it. And we will use this today to mix it into the topping with some fresh mushrooms that we mix with some bacon, some onion, and this will be on the topping of our burger. What else do we have? Here we have the bacon and the onions that we will use. We also will make the mayonnaise, the ingredients you will see then when we put together the mayonnaise. And we will have here something for the also for the cheese topping. It's regular cheese here that we will grate. We have brie cheese that we will also cut into pieces, and we'll add it some mayonnaise and some diced onion. And then we have the meat. The meat here, it's a beef chuck roll, and we will cut it into pieces, and then we will grind it with the 4mm size, and then we will shape the burger patties.
No a kdybyste chtěli, tak si od Heika můžete koupit knížku o burgerech. Je to vlastně taková knížka, je teda v angličtině pouze, takže buď ji můžete koupit u Heika, anebo mi napište, jestli chcete, abych ji prodával já, jestli byste měli o to zájem, když jich pár desítek naskladním, jestli byste to kupovali. No a nebo samozřejmě, kdo ještě nemáte, tak si můžete koupit moji knížku Grill and Barbecue. Naskladuje posledních pár stovek kusů, tak neváhejte a kupujte. Další potom ten dotisk, který pravděpodobně bude, tak bude až příští rok. Heiko.
This is the best pork belly you can ever eat. It's really good. Let's start with the mushrooms. Here that's the ones that Pip has already fermented, and he will show you the details how to make it in the video. So we will open that. So we pour out the liquid because we need this liquid to put it together with some fried bacon and caramelized onions to make a nice reduction, because this liquid of those fermented mushrooms, it is full of umami flavor. If you take, it smells good. It's not rotten or something like that, and it already gets this intensive flavor of those concentrated mushrooms. We put this on the side. And now in the first step, we will cut some onions. 2 onions should be sufficient. Peeling it, just take away the skin. A good friend of mine, he would kill me when I take off so much of the onion, but I don't want to have this not nice skin, because also not good for the taste. So we take it like this. So then we just chop them. Just be aware of your fingers. Just always keep the fingers out of the away from the blade, that you don't cut off your fingertips like I did in the past. It's not nice. You should not try to repeat that experience. It hurts and it takes a while to heal. So makes no sense. Don't do it. So, okay. Here we have the onions. We have some bacon. Oh, it's already cubed. That makes it much easier. And now this. Let's say it's around 100-150 grams. You take two large onions, and now we put this in a small pot, and then we fry it. First we start with the bacon, then we add the onions, and then we add the mushrooms, the fermented ones. In the meanwhile, I will also cut some fresh mushrooms, and then we add everything together. At the end, we also have the liquid to reduce it down, and then we have this whole topping. It's a reduction of mushrooms, bacon, and onions. So we have here this beautiful chuck roll. So we put it in, I prefer to put it in long stripes that we can easily put it into the grinder and then let it run through the grinder and get our meat for the burger patties. So this, so you see it has a nice fat marbling. There's enough fat. I normally go with a fat to meat ratio of 20-25%. When I make smash burgers, I sometimes go even with 30%. So some more fat gives you just flavor. That's the important part of it. Just have to take care if you have, if you add, for example, additional fat. This fat can be sometimes really hard, and you have to grind it finer. So we will go with 4 millimeters. Sometimes, if you grind in additional fat, I would recommend sometimes to go a little bit less than, maybe let's go with 3 millimeters, that you don't have hard parts in it when you bite into the burger if it does not really melt. So that's important. That gives you a better mouth feel. So here we have this little station from Hot Wok. We have the pan in here, and we will start immediately with the bacon. We just can put it in the cold pan, so also the fat will render out a little bit and will give you the fat that you need to fry it crispy. So it will start sizzling soon, and then we will fry it a little bit. Then we will add the onions, add a pinch of salt, and then we will caramelize it and reduce it down. So you can immediately hear it starts with a very low sizzling sound. So the first fat is rendering out and will make our bacon crispy. By the way, that's a nice ringtone for your phone. Sizzling sound of bacon. Very tasty. Just take care to add the onions in time, that the bacon is not burning and your onions are still raw or not well done. So see, we have some fat already here, and I think we can add the onions here. Just drop it in, and we mix everything. We roast it, or we fry it. Add some salt later on, and then I will reduce the heat to let it simmer and to caramelize. Just add a pinch of salt, maybe a little bit more. Good. Here we also have the liquid of the mushrooms that I saved before, and when it starts to caramelize here and getting a little bit darker, then I will deglaze it from time to time with a sip of that mushroom liquid, and then reduce it down here in the pan. And when this deglazing is done, we will add the fermented mushrooms, and in the meanwhile I will also cut some fresh mushrooms. I will add it here, and we will put it together for our final topping, and that will reduce down here on the heat. So you see it's getting a little bit dark here at the edges of the pan, so I think it's time to add a little bit of the liquid to deglaze it. Need a sizzling, so Just not too much, that everything is completely underwater. So see, there's just a slight amount of liquid in here. And so now we reduce it in to get the taste into this bacon onion mixture. So you see, it's getting also a little bit darker now. The liquid that we poured in before is more or less gone. So we can add another sip of liquid, and we will repeat this until this liquid is completely gone. Maybe so another deglazing step. So just take your time, don't make it in a hurry. Make it slowly, reduce it in, because you want to have it tasty. So you see now that the liquid is also more or less gone. So we can do the last deglazing steps. Like I said before, we add the rest of this liquid. So you don't need to add any salt, because the mushrooms that we fermented, they have been salted already. That's part of the fermentation. And you have the bacon, which is normally also a bit salty. So this should be fine. And what we can do, we can also make a last adaptation of the saltiness or the flavor when we have added the mushrooms and everything is together. So we just reduce this, and when it is reduced completely, we take it out of the pan, and then we will fry the mushrooms. So now you see all the liquid has gone. Onions, they are getting soft and they have a certain color. If you could smell it, it smells really good. So it can only be tasty. And so we transfer this now in a glass bowl, and we can use the same pan, which already is infused with different flavors here of the onions and the bacon. And we can use this to fry our mushrooms. And what we do in this case, we will not add any oil, because I want to fry them dry, that I get them a little bit crispy, because they will lose water anyhow. And if you have the oil and the water, it's just a big mess and they will not get crispy. Oh, I have some special ingredients here. Some Czech grass. I don't know if I have to need it and use it, but we keep it on the side and we decide later what we do. So first we go on with the mushrooms. So you see here we have the fermented mushrooms in the back. Here we have the fresh mushrooms. You see the difference in color. It was about the same amount, but they really shrank. And so we just fry them now. Well, this will take a few minutes. And when this is done, we will add again onion bacon mixture, and then probably we will add maybe a dash of beer to make it a little bit of a saucy character. What you can do, if you have a dark sauce, for example, from your Sunday roast, you can also add it. It goes very well with the mushrooms and all these flavors. I will bring it together to a nice taste. So you see, you don't need if you just stir it a little bit, you don't need any oil or some stuff like that. What you can do is when the mushrooms, when they are fried and you see that the water is gone, you can add some butter, for example, to give it some extra flavor. So now we will bring back that stuff again. Mix it. Fry it a little bit. Thank you very much. That for me? Yes. I take one of those pills. Everything goes much faster. Sanka, maybe you have a dash of beer for me? Thank you very much. So now I add some Czech beer, some more liquid. Now we just let it reduce and get a nice mushroom topping with fresh and fermented mushrooms. Some onion, bacon, that's good. Just let it sit here, reduce, yep, that's good. Reduce the heat a little bit, let it simmer for a while until the liquid is more or less gone. And all these things have reduced down to a nice mixture of all ingredients, and that will give us a really, really good taste on the topping of our burger. So now we have reduced all the liquid. You see there's no liquid left here in the pan. We just have our mixture here with the onions, the mushrooms, both types, and with the bacon. And we now take it off the heat and put it on the side until we need it for the topping of the burger. So now we're going to make the mayonnaise. It's very simple. We make it from scratch, that you see how it works. It's very easy to make a mayonnaise. We have an egg here. We have a lime. We have some rice vinegar, but you can also take a standard vinegar that you have at home. Some regular sunflower oil, some Dijon mustard, and salt and pepper, and that's it. So I just will put together the ingredients. Oops. Just be careful that you don't drop. Yeah, that's what I did. Don't drop those parts into it. Then we add some lime juice. Just cut it in half. Press it in. Because you need some of the acid that you get a nice mayonnaise. Put some dash of vinegar. Some mustard. It's just a teaspoon. Salt and pepper, just a little bit to your liking. Pinch of salt. Maybe a little bit more. We add, for one egg, I normally go with approximately 200 milliliters of oil. So we have to so like this. Then we take a blender, just put it in, go to the bottom, and then pull it up. So that's it. That's how to make a mayonnaise. So you can influence the consistency by the amount of oil that you add. So if you want a bit thicker, use a bit less oil. If you want a bit more runny, more liquid, use a bit more oil. Or you can also add a beer if you want to make a beer mayonnaise, whatever. So this is how to make the mayonnaise. And if you've seen it, it's very simple and you will never buy a mayonnaise again. So for the brulee cheese topping, we will need some brie cheese, we need onion, and we need some, we have here some Gruyere that I will grind. So first I will dice the onion. Like before, peel it off, dice it finely. I think this is enough. We can use this for something else. Now we have here the brie cheese. This. We cut it off in small pieces that we can smash everything later and put it together as a creamy topping that will at the end blend it with the mayonnaise, so it will be very creamy. And then it will be on top of the mushrooms to finalize this tasty, very umami flavored burger. So if you start to count calories, you should stop this video now, because it will be a mighty burger. And if you have leftovers of this topping, that's what I did a while ago at home. I just put it the next day on a steak, and it was, also had some mushroom topping. I put the mushroom topping on the steak. I put this brulee cheese topping on the steak, and I bruleed it with this special burner that you will see later also. And it was a very nice dinner. Cutting off this part, and now just here, and then we can grind it. I think we can grind it directly in here. Just use this rough side, it's fine enough, And then we blend everything together with some mayonnaise. So we put all of this in a bigger bowl because we need to add some mayonnaise. When I say some, I use everything. See, the consistency for me is good. Maybe it's not as thick as the store-bought mayonnaise, but you can adapt this with the amount of liquid that you add. So you can fix it if you want. So we mix everything. And so we have some kind of mayonnaise cheese cream that we put on the topping later on. So, okay, so see, looks like this. So this is the grated cheese, it's the brie pieces, the diced onion, and the mayonnaise we just made in the step before. So now we are going to shape the burger patties. I have here this ring that gives you the perfect size, which matches our bun. And here we have the meat that we have ground before. So I put it in here in that ring. I don't pack it too hard because I don't want to have a tight and a burger. It should give you a good mouth feel, and you should still feel the structure of the meat. So if it's pressed too hard, then it also has an impact on the taste, and we want to have a tasty burger. So don't press it too hard. Take it out of the ring. And so we have a nice shaped patty, and we will make now more of them to have some burgers. So what you should take care of is that the ring is bigger than your bun, because the meat is shrinking a little bit when you fry it, and due to this, that the meat is not smaller than the bun, it should be a bit bigger. So you see it here, we have the bun and we have the ring, and the ring is bigger than the bun. So this will give you, at the end of the day, the final size, which will fit to your bun that we have here. And so now we have the patty shaped. We will go to the grill and we will cook it to a good medium to medium rare, that we can finish our burger. So first of all, we will have here the meat and the bun. First of all, we will roast the bun a little bit, that those sides are a little bit roasted, that the liquid is not sucking through it, and will wetten the burger too much that you can still eat it. So this will take a little time. We have around 250 degrees the grill. You can also already smell that it's roasting it. I don't want it too dark, just a little bit, that it's dry on the surface and it soaks up the liquid. So we just take it off. This is good. And now we will put the meat on the grill, and now we will hear a sizzling sound, I hope. Yes, we do. And now we just wait maybe around 2 minutes, something like that, to cook it to a nice medium to medium rare, depending on your personal liking. You can also make it well done if you like it, but I prefer to have it a little bit juicy, and then it should be not too cooked too far. So when we have flipped the burger, we will immediately add the topping. So this means the mushroom topping and then the cheese on it. And when we take it off, then we will flambe the cheese on top like a creme brulee. So it's called a cheese brulee topping. So this looks good, and you see that you can release it easily from the griddle. Then we flip it, and we see there's a nice crust of the griddle. You see it on top, and yeah, that looks good. So beyond talking, I should do what I said before: add topping on the burger. And now we add cheese. Just be careful with all those ingredients. We have a lot of stuff here and it's hot, and I think we close the lid. melt it a little bit and I around 38, I think it's. Now we take it off the grill. Internal temperature is fine. Just put it on the bun, and then we will do the brulee of the cheese. Now we have taken the burger from the grill, and the cheese already is a little bit darkened and melted, but we will give it an additional brulee, like a traditional creme brulee. So roast it a little bit with this torch burner. Gives also some more flavor to it, melts it a little bit. Just be careful that you don't burn it. It should melt, get some nice color, but it should not be burnt. See it bubbling now, and it's getting hot and melty and crispy and full of flavor. And now we are done. Then we put the so-called heel, not the crown on it, because the lower part is the heel. This is the crown of the burger, and here we are. So this is our tasty fermented mushroom burger, and I hope you will try this recipe and enjoy a very tasty burger. Thank you very much, guys.
Tak první burger máte hotový. Já doufám, že to bylo pro vás hodně zajímavý, pro mě určitě hodně. Jsem na to zvědavý, jak to chutná. A to nejlepší nakonec s prvním burgerem. Jdem to ochutnat. Se rozřízneme na půl. Koukněte, krásný medium rare, úplně perfektní, perfekt.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, cheers.
Cheers.
This is very good.
Perfekt.
In this case, I have to say, you have to try this at home.
Maso samozřejmě krásně šťavnatý, ale ta majonéza s těma sejrama v kombinaci s těma žampionama vlastně, jak těma čerstvýma, tak těma fermentovanýma, chutná to prostě naprosto úžasně dohromady. Určitě doporučuji všem vyzkoušet. No a my si to teď dojíme a za chvíli se vrhneme na druhý burger, který bude zajímavý určitě minimálně stejně jako ten první. A ještě potřeba podotknout, protože to nebylo ve videu, ve chvíli, kdy jsme udělali to maso a než šlo do grilu, tak jsme si ho osohlili. Tak za chvilku se uvidíme u druhého burgeru.